Today we're going to do the poem Motho ke Motho ka Batho Babang, and it basically means that a person is a person because of other people. And it is orientated around the idea of Ubuntu. Okay, by holding my mirror out of the window, I see. Okay, so this whole poem refers to people in prison. So window is a bit of an irony because it's prison. You know, like a window, normally you see the outside. It's linked with like a bit of freedom. No such thing here. And this holding up my mirror out of the window, I see. So this is their form of communication for the prisoners. Clear to the end of the passage, there's a person down there. A prisoner polishing a door handle. Okay, so first, the poet refers to this person as a person, and then later a prisoner, which just goes to show that people are supposed to be seen as like people first and something later. Like you're always a person before you're anything else. So that's kind of links in with there. In the mirror, I see him. I see him see my face in the mirror. Okay, so once again, door handle is a bit of an irony because, you know, door, you can open it, you can go outside, and yet they can't. I see the fingertips of his free hand. Okay, so free is a bit like of also like he's not free. So it's also kind of ironic because he hasn't got a free hand. He's not free at all. He's in prison. Bunched together as if to make an object the size of a badge. Okay, so badge obviously symbolizes authority. And basically this guy is saying that there's probably someone of authority around, which travels up to his forehead in the place of an imaginary cap. This means a warder. Okay, so obviously this guy is telling them that there's a warder watching them. They need to be careful. Two fingers are extended in a V and wiggle like two antennae. So he's being watched. And this can kind of tell you that this whole thing here, there's like a bit of a risk of communication. Because obviously they're prisoners and they don't want communication. A finger of his free hand, once again, which is not free, makes a watch hand's arc on the wrist of his polishing arm without disrupting the slow rhythm of his work. Okay, so slow can indicate that he is tired, he doesn't want to go back to his cell perhaps, so he's doing his work very slowly just to be outside a little bit, maybe for a bit of freedom. He doesn't have a need to hurry. Maybe later we can speak. So basically he's saying to the guy with the mirror, we can talk to each other later. Then, hey, wat maak jy daar? A voice from around the corner. Okay, so this is obviously the guy of authority, a prison warder, a warden, or, and it says here, no, just polishing boss. So the prisoner says he's just doing his job basically. And if you have a look here at boss, the B is a small b. So it's kind of like shows it's an act of defiance. Because normally these warders were supposed to be like very respected, and yet he is being respectful, but by the poet showing that this is a small b, it's kind of like, you know, he's a bit meek. It's a bit of a meek response, and he doesn't really respect the warder at all. So then it says, he turns his back to me, now watch. his free hand, the talkative one, and talkative is a bit like not ironic, but ironic because they're not really speaking, and his hand is doing all the talking. Slips quietly behind. Strength, brother, it says. In my mirror, a black fist. Okay, this just shows that obviously universal sign of black power in opposition to the oppressors, and that is what this means here. So it's like strength, we've got this, that kind of thing. Then with this whole poem over here, there's 4 different languages involved in this poem. So the first language is obviously Tswana, because of the title. Then we have obviously English, which the poem is written in. We have our Afrikaans, and then we have sign language because they're busy using sign language to communicate between the two of them. So that's what's going on with this poem, and I hope that it helped you understand a little bit.